in a very simple way, success is the achievement of your objectives. But from a philosophical or a larger perspective, sometimes you are able to achieve your objective, but you still are not happy. So something which brings satisfaction to your heart and contentment along with it is what I think is because of success.
Okay.
I think he's a very, very successful person whose heart is content and who is satisfied, no matter what his station or his position be. I think he's the most successful man. So, and obviously, there needs to be some stress. There needs to be some dissatisfaction always. You cannot always be wholly satisfied, from a philosophical point of view, because you otherwise will give up.
Yeah.
Because you would think that you've achieved whatever you wanted to achieve. You don't have to do anything. This is a God-gifted ability to have dissatisfaction within yourself, so that you keep moving.
Keep moving. Okay. So your favorite book on professional development that you would recommend?
Oh wow! I mean, there are so many books. I am a book reader. I always read books, always.
Okay.
So I think there are so many books that you could read and learn from. It's not just one book. I very recently read a book about habits. Habit. The book's name is Habit. And of course, I like Malcolm Gladwell.
Okay.
His Tipping Point and Outliers is a very great contribution to the literature. And even the classics. I mean, Stephen Covey, when the book was released, I read it in the first 3 months of its release. Nobody knew about it, but I read the book and I really liked it. And, thereon, it picked up and became, what it is today. But obviously, it's very fundamental, very basic, but it's very good, I think.
So in the last, not the least, any message of optimism to the younger, please?
You know what? There is... you could only be optimist. Although, people say that a pessimist is an informed optimist. But I still think that one should be optimist. One should be an optimist. You should look up to things in a positive way, because there is no other way. During the Cold War period, when the USSR and the USA were at loggerheads with each other, there was a talk about a third world war. Every day in Washington and Moscow, people used to tremble whether a third world war would break out. So some journalist asked a wise guy about the possibility of a third world war, and he said there will be no third world war, because if there is one, I will not be there to be disproved. So you need to be positive, and you need to always remain positive about the future. Otherwise, there is only destruction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us a look, please.